Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. So today I'm going to do a quick unboxing video of some Flightpath detail sets for the 1/72 scale RAF Tornado F3 or GR1 or 4. So this weapon set I'm going to show you again from Flightpath, and this one's designed for the Hasegawa kit. This guy. Now there's 10 billion different versions of this, different schemes and box art, but basically any 72nd Hasegawa F3 this works with. Alright, so what we got here is the main set we're going to look at here is the detailed weapon set. We also have a little bit the Tornado ground power unit. They kind of come in these jewelry boxes. Kind of cool. And then this is an RAF Tornado ladder, PE ladder. I'm not going to open this, but getting 72nd scale. It says GR1 to GR4, but I've seen these. I mean, I used to be in the Royal Air Force, worked on F3 Squadron, and they use these same ladders for those two. So, yeah. So that's what we'll look at today. Let me kind of zoom the camera in a little bit so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so Flightpath, they've been around a long time, based in the UK. The website isn't Flightpath, it can be hard to find. It's actually djparkins.com. djparkins.com. I guess the guy in charge of all this is David Parkins, as it says right here, a David Parkins product on the box. So it can be a little tricky to find, but again, just go to djparkins.com. They have different stuff in all scales, 72nd, 48 and 32nd, mostly RAF, being a British company, but they do have some other stuff too. Go check it out. Again, this isn't a paid advertisement or anything. I pay for these products myself, and I just want to kind of share them with you guys. There's not too much reviews or too much about this stuff, but they've been out forever. So they do a GR4 kit as well, which is essentially the same as this one. Sorry, GR1 kit or a GR4, which is basically the same as this one. It's just the only difference is that kit has a resin nose to correct the Hasegawa or the Revell kit, where it has a bad nose. So that is really the only real difference, I think. I haven't opened these up yet, so we'll open them up together and see what's kind of going on. So let's move these out of the way, and we'll start with this guy. Again, I'm not going to open this, but this is actually I can. It's not sealed, so it's just a little poly bag. One of these retails probably about $5. Not very expensive. Again, we're in 72nd scales. It's going to be pretty tiny, so you get a couple of pieces of metal rod, one piece of photoetch, which is nice thickness. You can see it's textured too. And the instructions. So yeah, when you're looking at the scale, it's a little bit fiddly. So you can see the brass rod we have here. Well, it's brass or metal. You have to cut certain lengths, and they basically runs on a ladder. Just one-page instructions, and yep, that's pretty much it. Two ways you can do this: you can super glue it, but you might also want to think about soldering it too. Using solder paste. That's another good way of doing photo etch. So that's the ladder. Again, that retails for about $5, so about, I think it's like 3 or 4 English pounds or British pounds. Okay, move that guy out of the way. Next up, we'll do the ground power unit. It says here, this kit is a must for all your Tornado GR1, GR4 and F3 displays. These are the units seen alongside Tornadoes at their home bases. The kit can be built as a self-powered version used by the Royal Navy for towing helicopters, used with the tow bars in our RAF diorama set. So this is something, you know, really adds. One thing I want to do this year is more smaller scale 72nd planes, and I want to kind of, that's a little bit smaller, I want to spend a little time maybe doing like a little diorama kind of base and a few things around it. So this kind of stuff really kind of, you know, adds to your model, the little kind of details. So let's open this up. So this should be resin, again like a jewelry box. We have the instructions, quilt paper, a piece of resin, some white metal, and 2 pieces of quite thick photo etch. So this isn't crazy expensive either. Well, I guess it's kind of small, but this retails around about $10 or £8 I think is the price, give or take a pound or two. So let's look at the instructions real quick first. Again, it's tiny, so it might be a little bit fiddly for some people. A lot of text on the instructions, kind of explaining everything, and you kind of see how it all goes together. So it goes really detailed. I mean, you can see that all the stuff that goes on it. So we have the powered version and the unpowered version. As I mentioned earlier, it depends if you're Navy or RAF. And here's the main thing, piece of main body. It's like resin. It needs a little bit of sanding. As you can see, it's a little bit rough, but you know, just a couple of swipes with sanding sticks should clean that up. This isn't too tiny. You know, it's my hand here is pretty decent size. You know, workable. So that's your main power unit, and then I'm not gonna get these out. I'm gonna lose them, but you can see the glare. The wheels, white metal, and a couple of like struts and looks like axles, and then 2 frets of photo etch. That's just like one is cut in half to fit in the box. Again, some nice detail. And by the time you've added all this stuff onto this, you know, and painted it green and stuff, it's really going to pop. So that's a cool little feature. Again, they're not crazy expensive, but nice, you know, nice little detail. You don't see this kind of stuff around all the time, so it's kind of interesting. As I mentioned earlier, they do a diorama set, which includes like the oxygen bottles and a bunch of other little things. So that's the let's put it back inside the bent photo etch. Like that. So that's the 1/72 scale ground power unit, and then the main thing which we'll look at today is this guy, which is the detailed weapon set. As I mentioned, it's for the Hasegawa kit. Some of these do work in Revell too, certain things. So it says it provides cockpit details, undercarriage and jet pipe fittings, plus many other airframe details. Also includes 2 2250 litre fuel tanks, 4 AIM-9L missiles, and 4 Skyflash missiles. So here we go. Again, we have like a little kind of jewelry box. The instructions. So we've got a couple of resin fuel tanks, which for me is a great thing because I know whatever I do, I can't seem to get real seam lines on fuel tanks. That's one of my nemesis. Ton of white metal. We'll look at in a minute. Quite heavy bag. And then one thing to know is underneath this kind of foam is a photo etch. So a lot of people might miss this. And obviously it's silica. Let's start with the photo etch. Again, I think it's like 1 fret cut in half to fit in the box basically. That was kind of bent. There you go. All this stuff is pretty much the fins for the ordnance, for the missiles. It's like we have some. It's like they go on the pylons, maybe. We'll see in a minute in the instructions. And then we've got some other little details. We've got the wing seals, quite nicely detailed. Again, I'm not sure how you can see this on the camera that well. Can I hold it to the end of the glare? And then you got the instrument panel too. Again, it's photo etched, so I guess the deal with that is, you know, once you paint it, it's going to dry brush it. It's going to look better than what we get in the kit. Again, it's kind of hard to see. I hope you can see that. Alright, so that's 1 thread of photo etch. So fuel tanks look really good. And then in here, got a ton of metal. Yep, I was missing a piece that's still stuck in the bag. Okay, 1 pylon. So the pylons, white metal, look really good. Obviously they super glue into the resin drop tanks. 2 of those tiny little pieces here. These are pretty much sky flash in white metal. And then you have the photo etch fins to these. Small pylons. And then these are smaller pylons. Again, much more detailed and finer than the kit version, so tons of little pieces and stuff there, I won't lose those. And then in here, other bag, some more stuff. Oops, dropped a piece. So it looks like we got in this one 2 seats, white metal. Again, you can see compared to my hand how tiny these guys are. Just gonna tweak the camera a little bit, see if I can get a better. There you go. It's like, you see, I can barely see it, but the seat belts are molded in. Yeah, they look really good. I mean, once they're primed, I'm not a big fan of white metal, but once you prime them and stuff, they look pretty good. So seats. It's like you got a refueling probe. Again, this is so tiny. Couple of screens for the cockpit. Looks like for the nav, for the rear seat. There's some other little tiny parts as well. I'm not too sure what they are, but that's, so you see quite a lot of stuff. Make a big improvement to the kit. So this instruction is obviously more in depth. You've got 2 sheets for this. So as we mentioned earlier, tons of assembly notes. So it goes in detail about what, how to do everything. Lots of text. And then, well, text is really better than what the images are. So we start with this one, actually, the back one. You see the Skyflash missiles. Just basically having the fins on. How the pylons fit onto the drop tanks. Looks like you have some flare dispensers. And a couple of external photo etch for the back. And then on this front sheet, the refueling probe. You got some mirrors and some stuff for canopy framing. A couple of antennas for the top there. A few lumps and bumps. As mentioned, the wing seals. You got the I'm not sure what they are. They go around the tail. The horizontal stabilizers. Kind of like, I'm not sure if they're seals or what they are, but those things. You got some instrument panel stuff. Some landing gear, and I mentioned the display units of the cockpit too. So quite a lot of stuff. So you wouldn't really need to go with a resin cockpit for this because you got quite a lot of detail. Again, it's only 70-second scale. So that's pretty much it. So I just want to kind of show you guys real quick what comes in these sets. A lot of people don't know about them, but there's tons of stuff. They're pretty reasonably priced. This one is obviously the F3, but I mentioned they do a Tornado GR4 or 1. Kit has a little bit more stuff, and I think it has some resin weapons and stuff in that one. Also, I know that they have the Jaguar for the Hasegawa kit, the 70-second scale. That's a pretty nice kit. And even they got to 30-second scale. I know in 30-second scale they do some an upgrade set from the GR1 to GR4 Tornado, but that gets up in price. I think that set is because of the size, being 30-second scale. That's up around about £50 or like $60-65. That's quite expensive. They also do photo etch wings and flaps, wing flap set for the 30-second scale Tornado. Again, that's about £30 or about $35 to $40. They get a little bit more expensive the bigger scales, but these ones, like I said, are about $20-$25 US dollars for these, or £20, and you get quite a lot of stuff. It really makes a big difference to your kit, especially in the 70-second scale. So that's what I want to show you today. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. So thanks for watching, and see ya. Bye bye.